Greetings, Minecrafters. Nonsanity here, with only a slightly deeper voice than usual. A little bit better today. Today, I'm going to start right off. I went out and I gathered up the rest of the wither heads that I needed, made some extra withers, got the stars. I'm ready to go for the next project, and it's going to need some of this. Diamond infused obsidian. It's sort of nice that you can place it in the world. I'm going to have to do more with that. But I'm going to need a lot of it. That was one. I'm going to need at least 50. So let's... Oh, am I out of diamonds? Well, I've got diamond ore. So I guess I can get that going. Is this full? Oh, it's full. Put the rest of the diamond ore up here and feed in. Yeah, I'm going to make the Practicalities wither farm. It is a great way to get more stars. I mean, at this point, it's pretty easy to kill the withers. I mean, I've got a decent sword. I've got a box I can put them in. Actually, I built that box out of the reinforced obsidian in the previous episodes. And, well, we turned off mob griefing on the server just because of everybody's agreement that they wanted it that way. So, sure, we'll do it that way. But that means the wither can't break out of a cardboard box. I can actually take cardboard boxes and probably surround him and he wouldn't be able to get out. So I didn't really need to make the reinforced obsidian, but hey, I played it by the book. But this, I need to make the wither killer, which is a lot of different things. Here's where we needed the 8 nether stars. But I've got all those together, and now I should be able to make... Oh, no, I need the... That's right, I'm making these things. Take that diamond-infused obsidian surrounded by iron bars, which I don't have enough of. Control R over an iron bar. Shift-click question mark. Make some iron bars. One more set. There we go. And now make a bunch of these. Half a stack. Still need more. One more. There. And fashion these. 48. Yeah, that's not quite enough yet. But I'm going to put 4 of those back. Because I need them to make the wither killer. There it is. Wither killer. Now, how many more diamonds do I have ready? Oh, plenty. Let's see, I want to make how many more of these? I've got 44. Let's see, it's 6, 16, 21, I think. So I'll just put, oops, just put 21 diamonds in there, so we can only make that many. 21, 21. Oh, no, ran out of iron again. More iron bars. More of these. 65. Could be right. Now, let's see, let's pick a place to put this. It does make some noise. Let's just go straight back this way. I do love this tool for fast clearing out spaces. Give it a little bit higher ceiling here. Alright, so it's 5 by 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I put down the wrong one. Not the wither killer yet. Let's move it back one more here. Alright, so wither block. Blunk. And I think it's just 3 high. Hollow inside. And then the wither killer here. Ah! It worked. It lit up. Now it's got an inventory. Yes. What are they talking about? No, not 100 turtles. Alright, put this stuff away. How many skulls do I have left? I don't think I've got any left. I have soul sand, right? Yeah. Let's go down and see if there's any more wither skulls since I last was here collecting. Come on, give me 3. Oh, there's only 1. Alright, I'll be right back when we've got a few more. Alright, well I made myself a cleaver here. Stone cleaver. Didn't bother with any fancy materials. These guys only have 1 hit point. But I put a lot of beheading modifiers on it. I even used the diamond and gold block to give it an extra 1, and another star, because I had an extra 2, 3, to give it more. So it's up to 70% chance to behead. I mean, it could have been even more than that if I'd used, some paper bindings of some sort. But, 70% is pretty good. And I've already got 9. So, this is working. So let's turn the grinder back on again. Let it continue. I put a lever down here to disable it while I was doing that. But now we can see this thing in action back here. Alright, so what you do is you put in soul sand, and you put in the heads, and you can hear a wither taking damage. There's no actual wither in there, but after a few moments, it doesn't seem to have a progression here. But it is noisy. Oh, death sound. And there's another star, and it's used up some of the materials. Nice. Alright, so we can start getting a lot of those. It'll cool off for a little bit, and then it'll start back up again. And since it is sort of noisy, let's make a sound muffler, which is a note block surrounded by wool. Yeah, I can just barely hear it here. And I'll just stick that there. And it's quiet now. Ooh, how's this doing? I haven't checked. I went ahead and changed the program to have all 8... Oh, didn't name this one. That one's the one that makes octuple compressed cobblestone. And we have a septuple. So that's 4,782,000 cobblestone right there. In the palm of my hand. Not bad for just a very simple setup. That means we can make plenty of bedrockium drums. So I'll have to do that in a little bit. Actually, yeah, we finished the star stuff. Start collecting a lot of stars. And, let me think about what to do next, and I'll be right back. Alright, here's something we can do to get wither skulls a little faster. The grinder here is doing an okay job. I mean, it's getting some. But let's get them much faster. I mean, I made that sword. So let's start using it. Let's break this out. Let's put in an autonomous activator. And I'm going to have to turn it around like that. Also need to break this out. So I'm going to put a vacuum hopper now. Since we're not going to be using the grinder, we need something else to suck up the drops. So I'm going to tell it to put the drops out the bottom. There, so you can see it there. And it's also going to be collecting the experience, which is good. You don't want it just floating in there forever and lagging everything. So I'm going to say, put the experience out that side into that bucket. Drum. Now we're going to put this in here. Left click. First only. Whoa, and I've got my magnet on. Let me turn that off. And look, I already got 2 heads. 2 skulls. Alright, let's see. He's running away. Smart cookie. Did it get any experience yet? No, I probably picked it all up with my magnet. But here, let's watch it go. Boom. And the stuff should get sucked in. Yep, there the barrel just turned green. That means that it did suck up a little bit of liquid XP, which can be converted to mob essence if we needed it, but we actually have plenty of mob essence. And we got more wither skulls. Excellent. Yeah, almost every time. I think it's still a 70% chance, but that's still pretty good. So we'll let that run for a bit, see how many we get. And I can take these and toss them into the... Whoops. There we go. Toss them into here. And this thing will start making more stars. And now while we're at it, let's make some bedrockium drums. So let's take the septuple. Take 4 septuples. It's more than enough, because those break down into a bunch of quintuples, and those break down into a whole lot of quadruples, and bring that down to triples. Oh, so many. Put that all back in the system, and now we want to make the bigger drums. So we want the bedrockium. So we are going to need some diamond blocks. I may not have too many of those. Yep. I'm going to need more diamonds. Definitely need more diamonds. Alright, I'm going to have to go and move the... Oh yeah, and I did fix the Tesseract. I mentioned it in the comments of the last video. But I just moved the Tesseract down and put a chest on top. There's still the can I get it? Yeah, the import bus back there attached to the chest. It's now attached to the chest instead of directly to the Tesseract, and I move the Tesseract down. It'll output stuff to the chest. It'll appear here, and then that'll get sucked into the AE system. So I'll go move the digital miner and have it specifically get diamonds, and I'll be right back. Alright, I think I've got enough diamonds. Time to make some bedrockium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, and when you got it, you're really slow, because it's so heavy. Toss it in there. And now I need 2 of these. I think I've already got a cauldron, so... No, I didn't have a cauldron. Make one. And bedrockium drum. Let's go hook this up to the mob essence. See how the... Wow, 39. Oh, and this one gets miniature hearts. Sweet. And I'm going to start picking things up now if I don't turn off my magnet. Alright, these are probably all full. Let's stick that one in there. And I'm going to reverse all of these to be extracts. So they'll all send their contents to the bedrockium. They all going down. Yep. So soon they should all be empty. And I'll just have this one. And that'll hold a lot more for a long time. As I was tearing out the drums, I noticed that there's a loop here. This dark green, not the light green, that's power, but the dark green is fluid. You can see it's coming here from the grinder. It's coming there from the other grinder. And they're both going into the top of the barrel and going over here to connect to this line. But the bottom barrel is outputting into the same line, but that makes a circle. I don't know if Ender I/O conduits know what to do about that or not, but it's better just to break that. So now only power goes across that spot. There's only one conduit. So now everything goes into the top of this barrel and comes out and feeds there. Alright, I think we've got enough stars to do one thing I'd like to get started. And that's improve on this guy. That's going to be a slightly larger project with a couple of intermediary steps. But the first thing I want to do is make a compact machine. First thing I know we're going to need is a bunch of these things. So let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make 8. And 8 of these then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we're going to need to make these. So we got 8 of those. I think that should be enough. Do this to make the shrinking device. And now I want to make the big one. It takes one of those and surround it with 8 nether stars, leaving me with 4 left. Of which I want one of them. There we go. So pop this down, and then notice that the outer edge, just the inside the outer border is dark. Now we hit this, and it goes light. So it just used up the star. But the nice thing about that is now when I break it, it doesn't break whatever's inside. Because these things, if you're not familiar with them, they're pretty cool. There is a little room inside there. And we get in there by shrinking ourselves down. I always try and fly. This. If I'm flying, then I'll be flying when I arrive inside that block. This is that block, and we're now inside it. And each of these little orange spots is a connection to the outside world on each of the 6 faces. And this is where I'm going to build my final reactor. So let's right-click our doohickey, our personal shrinking device, and now we're outside. So those green squares represent the same thing as those orange squares on the inside. And if we look at it here, we could see if there's anything waiting to come out. Now, a lot of different things can pass through here. We can pass items, power, even applied energistics signals. But for right now, I just want to get the excess reactor casings I've got. And I'm probably going to have to definitely make more. But let's see how far this gets us. I like to fly when I go in and come out, because sometimes you'll definitely fall through the floor, and you don't want to fall out of this thing. So, it's going to fill the entire width of the room. So it's going to be... This is the largest size compact machine, which is 15 by 15 by 15. So the inside volume is 13 by 13 by 13. And I'm going to use everything but the top 2 blocks of space. So it's going to go that high. That way there's enough room to walk around on top. In fact, I'm going to stand right here, take my personal shrinking device, crouch, and right-click. And it says set spawn point set to your current location. So now once the thing is built, I won't appear inside it. Because I think by default you appear right here. And sometimes it'll try and move you away from any obstruction in that location. But it's best to reset that position by crouch right-clicking to someplace you know is going to be safe as soon as you can. And I'm out. So I'm going to need a lot more of these because I have to cover all the walls. The top will mostly be glass, reactor glass. But, yep, I need a lot. I could probably calculate how many I need. But you saw me make some of this before, so I'm just going to go make more. I've got graphite out at the tree farm, so I should be good. So I'll be right back. I realized I was short of glass, so I made a redstone furnace. And I went ahead and made it, as you can see at the top of the screen, resonant, which meant doing some extra steps. I moved the sag mill over there. That used to be here. So now this is taking the sand. I should need to turn this back on again. It's taking the sand from this chest and cooking it up into glass. So I've got plenty of glass now. And I probably should output it to a different location. Let's get one of my deep storages here. Because I'll eventually be needing a lot of glass. So let's change the output side to over there. Now that should be getting the glass. And get all the glass out of here. This I'll just put into the AE system. Just toss it over here. That. And what did I want to do? Oh yes, I wanted to make some more world interaction upgrades to turn that thing back on. I took the ones it used to have for the cobble generator. Let's make 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And chuck these down here so it's running again. Yeah, making cobble again. I guess it doesn't really need 8. How fast is it? Oh yeah, it's very slow. It's probably 1 is enough. I could probably upgrade this one, make it run faster as well, and give it some room to put augmentations. Yeah, because this one, it's got the 3 augmentations. Yep, and I can actually take these extras then and just stick them in here. That should go a little bit faster. Seems dark in here. Let's get a little lighter. Alright, so now that's making glass, so now I can combine the reactor with the glass to make... It's called ender tank glass for some reason, but it's actually the reactor glass. I'll just make a couple of those. And let's go in and see it now. Yep. Getting nice and filled in here. So now we'll lay out the glass. I think this stuff doesn't care where you are. No, I guess they fixed that. Used to be you couldn't just hold down the mouse button and slide along like this, because it would place one in front of you and then place one right where your head is and start suffocating you. Now I think it only does that if you run to the end of the stack and it picks up a new stack. And I'm doing too much? Yeah, I did too much. There we go. Because there has to be room for the control rods in the middle. Oh, ran out. So yeah, that'll be the... actually, need one more over here too. It's only 3 by 3, so... I didn't do that quite right, but that's okay. Need to get more anyway. Always worry about those transitions and how they're going to work. And I got enough for 53 more. After that, I'm going to have to make stuff. So like that. So there's our 3 by 3 in the middle. Am I going to have enough? I might. That'll be good. Plenty. Alright. Because I know some of these are going to be replaced with other blocks. So this will be our reactor. Now the next thing I need is regular glass. Regular glass is allowed inside the reactor. And I want it there because there is the four corners are not an active part of the reactor in the design that I'm making. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Of that all the way up can just be filled in with glass because it doesn't matter what's there. And this way I don't have to worry about filling it with liquid of any sort. This is when a builder's wand would be very handy. I may have to go and get myself one. Should I just stop and do that? I'm really tempted. Yeah, I can do that. I got plenty of division sigils. I'll show you the technique I do for that, and yeah, I'll get ready and we'll make do the ritual. I'll be right back. Alright, well, the blood moon is just ending, and I'm going to make some monsters. I got this, an angel block, which is nice because you can place it in the middle of the air. And now I'm going to lay out my own little sky island. Again, this would be useful to have the builder's wand, but this is what I'm doing to get the builder's wand. I've done a couple different things to do the ritual in a more controlled fashion, but I think this is one of my favorites because it just sort of keeps everything isolated. Let's see how we doing here. Alright, the next step is to lay out the redstone. A circle like that. Now it's time for fencing. The first fence I'm going to put right on top of the redstone. This will hold my sacrifice. And the rest of it I'm just going to put down on the dirt. So let me do that. It's almost midnight. I think I've got everything set up here. Let me check. Looks good. So as soon as it hits midnight, I can sacrifice the pig. And I've got all my division sigils on me, ready to go. Alright, not sure when exactly it considers it. Alright, perform the sacrifice. There we go. And because I've got all these fences, it's not going to register this, except right on the edges. Yeah, some of it has to be available. But see, this way I can easily go around and just chop away all the cursed earth and suck it up with my magnet, which is on... Oh, I don't have a silk touch. I'll have to come back and do that. But I will get rid of the stuff around the edges. Hey. Hey. Just for that, I'm going to come and dig the dirt out from underneath you. Haha. I think one fell on my head. There. See, now nothing can spawn here. Except him. And all these things should now be activated. And they are. Yay. And I'll go ahead and take that back with me. And just stick something there. Alright, so this won't be raining mobs on anybody. But I can come back up here once I get some silk touch and actually go ahead and fall and can I teleport away? Yeah. That's fun. Alright, so I can now make myself a wand. Now, of course, there's two ways to go about making ingots. I'm going to use the safe way. Not so much necessary when you're only making one ingot, but I think it's nice that you can do it safely. And resources, I mean, even though I had to go out and get diamonds, I did go out and get diamonds. I've got 500. I can afford to use 9 to get my wand. I just need some gold nuggets. And I think I'm going to need a basic crafting table. So I don't think I'll be able to do it in this one. Well, I guess I could. I guess maybe that recipe you can. It's the recipe for directly making one of these that you can't. So this is a stable, unstable ingot, and it will not explode. Toss that back. And what does it need to make the wand? Control. Is it just a stick? Ah, obsidian. Which I only have a little bit in here, but I've got a ton in there. 11,000. Builder's wand. Alright, now back to our regularly scheduled construction. Oh, let me get the glass. That's right, I can get it over here now. Not that much. Alright, that's good enough. Alright. Get out the wand. Ah, yeah. It's nice to have that back. Lay down the next corner. This will be especially useful when building the final base. Alright, well, I'll fill in all these corners here, and I'll come back in a moment. Or I'll bring you back in a moment. I'll still be here. You'll be gone. But just for a moment. And it helps to remember to keep the resolution the same across each scene. Sorry about that last one. I had that in a much higher resolution. Probably the interface looked way too small to see. But I'm back to the normal one. Now I need to make... Whoop, it changed. Fuel rods. I'm going to need, what, like 81 of them? Let's see. So... should be enough. Let's go put them in. Fly. I think I can do these with a wand too once I lay the first row here. Whoop. That. Too short. Huh. Okay. Oops. This one. 2 more. Oh, not the drive. And then I need the emergency mute. I need from big reactors control rods. Oh, yeah, okay, this one. 9 of these. Oh, I need the reactor casings in the corner. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to need reactor access ports. I need 2 of those. I'll need 2 coolant ports eventually. And a controller. I think that's right. So 2 access ports. 2 coolant ports. And a controller. Anything else? I think that's it. Let's go put these together. So first we'll put the... Well, first I gotta put down the last two fuel rods here. Bump, bump. Then the control rods. Now I'm coming in on this corner, so let's put the controller will go here. Like that. Put input and output. Here and here. So this will be output. Okay. And then this will be the two liquid ports that I'm going to need eventually. So that's going to put this in fluid mode. So actually I want to take those out for... No, I probably won't start this up until I've got a turbine built as well. But now I'm going to have to fill it with its fluid. It is multi-formed. It is now a viable construction that can be turned on and off, though it's not going to do anything without any fuel. But, like I said, I want cryotheum, 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 resident ender. And that's a lot of buckets of both. Because I'm going to need to fill every block with a source block, even of the resident ender. Otherwise, if it's just a flowing block, the liquid cryotheum will flow into it. It has to be a solid block to resist that mixing. And I have to put the resident ender in first, and then the... Well, I guess it doesn't matter which way around, but that is, I think, the easier way. But I've got a method for that. But before we can do that, we need to make the cryotheum. And that's going to require some machines. So let me get that stuff together, and I'll be right back. You know, in one of those dungeon chests, there was a couple of snowballs, and I left them behind. That was a mistake. Because I'm looking at the map here, and there are no snow biomes. I haven't seen a single one. Not even high hills with snow at the top. Where am I going to go? I need snowballs. Alright, let me figure this out, and I'll be back. Where's snow? Alright, well, I've got a roundabout way to get snow. But it's not pretty. It's a little bit hacky. I'm going to show you how I do it here. This is going to be bending the rules a little bit. Well, it's within the bounds of the game, so I mean, it's not really bending the rules. It's the block is designed to do this. Here I am trying to justify it. I'm going to build one of these guys. That should be it. Workbench plus. I don't think it takes power, but we'll find out in a moment. And I'm going to use it to create the spawner controller. I need 2 nether stars, 40 rotten flesh. I'm going to have to come back to this a lot. 40 arrows, 40 bones, 40 gunpowder. Let's just do that first. So 2 nether stars. What was it? Arrows. $40 of those. Bones. I got lots of bones. $40 bones. Already forgotten some of this. Rotten flesh. Gunpowder. I have to make some of that. Yeah, I don't quite have enough. The recipe to make it. I have sulfur, don't I? Was that sulfur? Look like sulfur. It is sulfur. Wrong sulfur? I guess so. This one? No. Alright. There are other recipes. Let's do that one. 9. There we go. What next? 80 iron, 40 gold. Easy peasy. Oops. 80 iron. Yep, there we go. 10 gas tiers. I'll have to put the gas back in the spawner. 20 magma cream, which I don't have any of. How many was it? 20? 20. Expecting to run out of slime. I had enough. Good. 28 blaze rods. I've got like 120,000 downstairs, so that's not a problem. But how many was it? I've forgotten already. 28. It was a different number than everything else. Alright, 28. Getting close to the end here. 2 carrots, 2 potatoes. Watch this stop me. I got 2 carrots. I should plant one of them real quick. Fertilized dirt. This one. Make one of it. Carrot. Plant it. Oh, I got a hoe. Can this thing hoe? Yes, it can. Get out my watering can. Damn, those are stubborn carrots. That really made me cut away. Alright, well now I got 2 extra carrots. My voice is going all weird. Squeaky. Potato. I don't have any potatoes. Really? Really? There's a way to make them. I know. There's a way to make them. Yeah, wheat into mana pool. So I'm going to have to get into Botania to get a potato. No, I'm going to hit the nearby village. There's got to be some potatoes somewhere. I'll be right back. So close. Stop by a lousy potato. Talk about your potato famine. Oi. Back in a bit. Alright. For want of a potato, I couldn't have a snowball. For want of a snowball, I couldn't make my... What was I trying to make? I've fallen down the rabbit hole. Crathium. Crathium. I'm going to take a bunch of potatoes here. And then I'll replant them. Because I'm nice like that. Alright. Thank you, village. I'm going home. I love these ender porters. And I'm back. Okay. Oh, 2 potatoes. Pop. Make that. Does it need power? It may need power. It's been a while since I used it. Alright, let's move it. And move it the way so I don't have to fill it back up again. Put it right here. Yep, now it's going. Just needed power. I love cardboard boxes. Alright, now what this is going to get me is a device that lets you change what a spawner spawns into anything. Any mob. Or actually, the list it gives you is any entity. So most of them you don't even want to pick. But I should have, let's see, spawner. I've got 4 of them here. I don't know which is which. I guess I should find out here. A blaze, I'll keep that one. Spawner. What's this one? Oh, Magna Cube. I want to keep that one too. One more time. I don't think I've got any other interesting ones. This has got to be... Yeah, zombie. Alright. Put these 2 back. So I'm going to change this zombie into something else. So let me move him up here, because it has to be on top of the block that this thing is making. It's going to be a while. Alright, well, I'll be back when this is done. Actually, I'll be back next time because we reached the wrapping up point. Join me next time when I make some snowmen and they get away from me. But all's good. This is Nonsanity signing out. I've got too many cold meds in me tonight, that's for sure. See you next time.